What's going on, guys? You're watching The Hungry Handgunner. I'm Nick. Now, something happened today that I didn't think was going to happen for a while because of a couple reasons. One, I'm a small channel. People don't send me guns for free. And I do borrow some from friends, but that's not quite the same thing. So, and number two was just the impact that COVID has had on gun availability and pricing. So I figured it was going to be a while before I got a new gun. You've probably figured out where this is going. I got a new gun, so I want you to go ahead and go to the comments and comment what make of gun you think I got. Hopefully I didn't just reveal it there and spinning around, but play a little game. See if you guys can guess which manufacturer. I'll give you a hint. It is a handgun. Give you another hint. It's a 9mm. Go figure. So there we go. Let's get into it. So if you guessed CZ, you are correct. Today we have the CZ 2075 Rami, this little guy. So we'll go ahead and drop the mag, verify that the chamber is indeed clear, and let's talk about it. So this is a subcompact offering from CZ. Now they have two variants. They have the CZ 2075 Rami Standard, which is the one I have, which has a manual safety, and then they have the Rami BD or decocker. Unlike a lot of guns that lack a decocker but also have a manual safety, this one can be fired double action. So you could chamber around and manually, carefully, lower that hammer down the half cock, which is typically where the hammer ends up on decocker model CZs anyway, and then you have a double action trigger pull. We're going to shoot it. I have not shot it yet, so these will be the first shots through the gun. I've wanted one of these for a while just because it's a subcompact DASA CZ. Who doesn't want one, right? Magazine capacity is a little bit different. It's advertised you get one 10-round mag and then one 14-round extended mag. Mine came with two 10-round mags. It was a commie state compliant, I should say. Did not come with the 14-rounder, but I have a CZP01, which means that my 16-round magazines, or 14-round, I have the Urban Gray, so my other ones are 16. I had a spare 16-round sitting around. They will work in the gun. This is based largely on the CZ75 series pistols, so your CZ75 model mags will work. So that's good. Looks kind of goofy without, some sort of adapter to fill that space there, but as a spare backup mag, 16 is more than 10. So there you go. Actually, 16 is more than the 14 that would have come with it anyway. So I'm a happy camper. Let's go ahead, let's load it up, and let's go see if I can shoot it worth a damn. So I'm going to start things off from about my 17-yard line. Let's go ahead, chamber around. I did chamber, and I'm going to try my half cock idea just because I'm not one to carry where I have to flip the manual safety off. So enough talking, let's shoot. Not bad. Kicks a lot less than other subcompact 9s that I have played with, so that's cool right off the bat. Oh yeah. The desire and anticipation over time of wanting one of these is well rewarded. I'm going to put one of these 16-rounders in. Should function fine. We'll find out. Got 2 rounds left. There's an issue with this. I'll tell you about it in a second. course I missed my last round. So what I was talking about is the corner there, and this is going to be based on your hand size, kind of digs in just a bit there. Not the most comfortable thing under recoil. So you guys saw the first rounds fired through it, 2 10s and a 26. I am going to splurge a little bit on ammo today and go load up some more mags and shoot some more. Even though I don't prefer a carry firearm with a manual safety, I know some people do, so I can tell you right now it's not going to be very easy to flip this safety on with your firing hand. That's going to be something you're going to have to alter the grip on the gun or use your support hand. But as far as getting the gun out and getting that safety off, we'll just see. I'm going to chamber around, put the safety on, bring the gun up, activate the safety or deactivate the safety, and fire a shot, and do that a few times just to get an idea of, you know, if that's a major hurdle or not. Safety is on. Again. Yeah, I just went right over it. We'll show you more on the close-up. It is definitely a different safety design. A couple more of those. Yeah, it's not bad. Try out that double action a little bit more. And again, guys, if you were doing this, manually lowering the hammer, be careful. Keep it pointed somewhere safe direction when you do that. This is actually a really fun gun. I used to have this misconception that small guns couldn't really be fun to shoot, but this this is dispelling that myth. You can feel the slide lock to the rear too. That's something that I have grown to appreciate quite a bit. I'll tell you what, let's go down and take a close-up look, and then let's try shooting it from a little further back. Alright, so for starters, it does come in a black and gold CZ box that you guys are probably used to seeing if you're into CZs or have watched some of my other videos on CZ handguns. You have a cutout for your spare mag, a cutout for your pistol, lock, owner's manual, some cleaning accessories down there, and that's about it. Go ahead, the magazines that come with it are 2 small little 10-round flush-fitting mags. They do have a little lip on the bottom that's not a pinky extension, at least not for me. It may be for you, depending on your hand size, but with the mag inserted, that's just a nice lip for that middle finger to ride on. My pinky finger does still dangle off the bottom. So there you are there. It is a wide gun for sure, but it maintains a lot of the features that people come to know and love about CZ handguns. You guys can see that slide does ride down into the frame, which gives it a lower bore axis. Very nice. If you've shot CZs, you already know what a difference that can make. His alloy construction here on the frame, steel slide. I think this is aluminum, T6 aluminum. It is definitely a very neat gun. Pretty ergonomic. One thing it strays from is there's not much of a curve back here on the back strap, like the other CZ75 guns, but that's okay. You have some texturing, vertical texturing there, some horizontal texturing on the front strap, and some rubber grip panels. I will change those out eventually just because I always do. The barrel is 3.05 inches. The weight of the gun is 25.9 unloaded. And overall length, we'll go ahead and close this, help you visualize it a little bit better. Overall length of the firearm is going to be 6.5 inches, height is 4.7 inches, and width is 1.25. This one is the manual safety variant. You guys can see that manual safety rides pretty darn close to the slide, which is why I was having a hard time getting up there. Looking at it, knowing where it's at, it's just a training issue. Over time that would become more instinctual. But it is, you guys can see me having to shuffle my grip to activate it. So there is that. Although for a defensive handgun, I am much more interested in making sure I can get that safety off. If you wanted to carry it double action like I will, just gonna get a firm grasp on the hammer, pull the trigger, let off the trigger, and guide it down until it stops. You're at half cock. That is where CZs stop when you decock them. To better illustrate that point, I have my CZ P01, no mag, no round in the chamber. We'll show you on there. When I decock this hammer using the decocker, stops at a half cock. That's not fully depressed because that's all the way down, and then there's your half cock. That's where it stops when it decocks. So I feel safe carrying it that way. Like anything in life, you are going to have some trade-offs with something like this. There is no accessory rail for a light, so if you are big on carrying lights, which I am, there is that to contend with. So this would not, by that virtue alone, would not be my primary carry. But there are situations in which you need a smaller gun, and I would be a little bit less concerned about having a light than I would not carrying a gun because everything else is too big and bulky. So there is that. There is the weight. It's not a light gun, so if you are one that prefers a lighter firearm, this may not be the one for you. Although there's something to be said about all metal construction. As I said when I was shooting it, it doesn't recoil nearly as bad as you would think of with a gun this size. And part of that is in fact due to the weight. Now I'm going to do a size comparison because this is in the category of firearms that are frequently covered by things like my M&P Shield, and I'm going to go over some reasons why somebody might pick the Rami over a polymer gun like the Shield. Now we're going to go ahead and begin with the M&P Shield. All the chambers of these firearms have been cleared. There may be loaded magazines, but nothing is in the chamber. The reason I'm leaving the mags in is because when you start getting down to guns like this, that plays into the size of the gun. So the M&P Shield here, I have the 2.0. It does have a pinky extension, but it is not an extended magazine. When you compare that to the Rami, they're similar in height and length, but where there's a real big difference is width. May not look like it, but it's there, and anybody that's held these two guns I'm sure can attest to that. You have a 7+1 capacity here with the flush fitting mag, 10+1 here. So that's one reason right there you might go with the Rami. It's a bigger, fatter gun, double stack or at least semi-staggered magazine gives you greater capacity. And if you are a fan of all metal guns, you have that going for you. The Shield is going to be lighter, it's going to be skinnier, it's going to be easier to conceal, I would argue, but sometimes you just got to go with what you like. Moving on, this reminds me a lot of the M&P 9C by Smith & Wesson. They're both very chunky guns, short grips, pretty good mag capacity. This one actually holds 12, so there is that. Again, not an extended magazine, but a finger stop there. And that is one thing on the Shield I need to go back to. With that pinky extension on there, I can actually get a full grip. So that's one thing I do like there. It's going to be the same thing over here on the M&P 9C. I can get all of my fingers on the grip. Not so over here. It's just not even going to happen at all. So I can either have my pinky resting on the lip there, that feels weird, or under there. So that's what I'll be doing until I get some other sort of magazine. So there is that. Now, again, the magazine compatibility. I have another P01 mag here. That one has a little plastic base plate, but yeah, it's still poking in there. So I would want the actual sleeve. So there is that. Then I have to compare it to its big brother of sorts, the P01. P01 is going to be bigger in every regard. Height, everything except for width, length and height. And then coming over, this is the urban gray, so the sights are a little bit taller, but there is that. Of course, if you're a CZ guy, you've probably already got, if you're looking at one of these, you've probably already got the other. So let's shoot it some from back here at almost 40 yards and see what I can do on my silhouette. All right, so I make no claims as to how this is gonna go, but we're gonna fire 20 rounds and see what we do at distance. On the silhouette, I won't be shooting the swinger, so yeah, let's see what we get. That was a hit. Wow. %, 2 out of 10. Against my better judgment. I'm gonna waste these 10 rounds and see. Maybe I just need to get a feel for it, right? It's terrible. Glasses are fogging up, but I really can't blame that. I think I did slightly better that time. One thing I do need to bring up, gun is clear. Just gonna look at the sights real quick. They're small for concealed carry purposes. I'm sure you guys picked up on that. You can see the front sight is very low on the slide, rear sight there. Probably gonna end up changing those out at some point. They have like some sort of glow in the dark paint on them. I'm not a big fan of those style sights. I may go with something with some more contrast there on the front. So at a minimum, I'm gonna change the front sight out. So there is that. Stay tuned for that. I think it shows some promise. It's kind of fun to shoot closer up. Out here, it was fun to shoot. It's just kind of depressing that I didn't shoot it any better than that on camera, no less. So there is that. I've wanted one of these things for a long time, and I'm not disappointed. It's just, I like CZ guns. You guys that have been watching for a while, you know that. And this is just really cool. So that's going to be about it for this video. If you guys have any experience with the Rami, go ahead and let us know in the comments what your experience has been. And take care, guys. Keep shooting if you can. If you can't, I feel you. I'm not shooting a whole lot of 9, so today was kind of a treat. So I'll see you around.